Hey, this is Joakim Nilsson from Graveyard, and you're watching Interview Under Fire.
Alright, first I'm going to start off the interview by saying happy birthday.
Oh, okay. It was yesterday though.
Yeah, still, happy belated. How was the day yesterday when you guys celebrated? When you guys were in Houston, correct?
Yeah, we were. Yeah, we didn't do much. I mean.
How was the celebration?
Almost stopped counting anyway.
The older you get, you kind of just stop caring about the birthdays, right?
Yeah.
Hey, it's your day, man. I mean, it comes and goes, and then that's how it goes. Like as you get older. So I want to say welcome. I want to say welcome back to Texas. When was the last time you guys were here? And
Dallas was, I think, when we did the tour with Uncle Lassie and Dead Beats in the
Uncle Lassie and Dead Beats.
Spring,
How was
April or something like that?
Was it October? No, October. You guys were in Austin, I believe.
Yeah.
So I gotta ask you this from you're sweet. So when you think of the word Texas, what's the first thing you think about?
I mean, I don't usually compare it to parts of Sweden,
No, of course not.
But actually, I do. I mean, it's part of Sweden. I think kind of have some resemblance to Texas.
Really?
Yeah,
okay.
People are different in a country. People are usually different in different parts of the country. You usually have opinions about people in the part of the countries.
Texas is so big that there's like you were saying, there's different parts of Texas where people are in a
So
yeah.
So it's shouldn't generalize too much.
Barbecue?
Not too much. I mean, I don't eat steak and stuff like that. So.
Okay. Are you vegan by any chance?
No, not really.
Okay.
I mean, semi-vegetarian.
Yeah,
I eat stuff I like and don't eat.
Just eat the shit you like, man. That's all that matters, right? All right. So, you guys, 2006, you guys formed in Gothenburg. You guys have been doing this for nearly 15 years. Do you still get nervous before a show? I mean, this part in your career?
Yeah, I guess it depends,
Or how does it feel like coming to a show next day, show, then next day? Like, is there a sense of repetitiveness, or there's like a breath of fresh air with every city and new fans you meet?
I mean, of course it gets repetitive. It's doing the same routine every day, waking up, getting into the place, getting coffee, and then the schedule kind of rolls on like that. But still, when it comes to the show, every show is different. And it's all the things surrounding the show. It could be part of the show, how the show is going to turn out.
Speaking of the show, what about the fans that you have been seeing over the years? I mean, 5 albums in, you've been touring the last 2 years extensively on Peace, which, gosh, that album just blew me away. I've been listening to that album on repeat for the last 3 days just to refresh in my mind the music you guys make. Do you guys see new groups of fans now, or is it like the same old generation of fans you first started off with?
Yeah, I mean, both, I guess, also, we are kind of evolving our market, and then we have been a couple of last years. We went to South America.
How was that?
That was amazing. It was really fun.
You never been there before?
No, we haven't. So
I'm
trying to expand a little bit, So you see new fans kind of every day.
The fans are kind of crazy, right, overseas? Or just like in different parts of the world. Like you have your fans, but then when you see different parts of the world, it's kind of like shock, like how much they just admire you and like they react towards the music and performance.
Yeah, especially in Brazil. I think.
Brazil?
I went really into.
Is there any place you haven't been yet that you would like to play?
A lot of places.
Yeah.
I haven't been to Japan yet.
Yeah.
That is the usual routine for Western bands. At some point in their career, go to Japan.
Japan. Those fans are really crazy. Like the way they have access to everything, just digital now. So fans just have access to that so easily. So I think it's just really unique to see different fans in different parts of the world, and it's just a product of the work that you put out.
Yeah,
I think
I
it's
haven't
really
been there, so.
Yeah. Well, let's see what happens then.
Yeah.
Hey, so new decade. 2020. How does it feel to begin? Does it feel like a new era now that you guys have pretty much released a new album in the last 2 years after breaking up temporarily, for a short span of time?
Yeah.
New album, tour, new year, and you guys are with Opeth, one of the heavy hitters in metal. Does it feel like a refreshing start to this year with this tour that you guys have been on?
I haven't thought about it like that, but I mean, it could be, yeah. I mean, we of course, we have to, as it's been 2 years since Beast, we started to write a little bit, you know. And taking this year mostly writing as much as possible too. And that is exciting. It's I mean, we haven't really got a feeling of how it's going to sound yet, but it's still it's going to be fun to do it again. I mean, as you're saying, it feels a little bit different this time. You know, we have done the first album after our breakup is done. Now we can focus on
the shit that you actually want to do. You
yeah,
know,
yeah. I mean, yeah, kind of.
I was kind of like it's almost like a burden that's like, okay, we did this. Now we can actually
kind of, yeah,
restart. You did mention in one of your interviews that I found that you don't usually write on the road, music on the road.
You try, but it just end up like long jams, you know, that you don't really want to listen to again.
And I know you didn't hint on it, and I don't want to keep pushing on it, but I know you did hint on writing our new album. Is it? How is that going? And is there anything you can reveal?
No, it's too early. I mean,
yeah,
we're still, you know, at the part where you kind of gathering riffs or whatever parts of songs, and until you actually have something to present to the others in the band, you know.
Yeah.
It's usually how we do it, you know. Everybody participates with a little part, and so usually ends up working on the song together and then making it as a whole.
Speaking of the songs, this is I actually do want to know this because you talked about how modern bands you're not really into, like rock and roll bands. It's more about staying true to the roots, staying true to the classics. You know, what did you grow up on personally, Joakim? Like, as far as, you know, listening to, like, this is what I want to do, you know, the music that you play, where does your main influence come from, if there is a main specific influence?
Yeah, well, I mean, music-wise, there isn't any, like
bands, I suppose.
I mean, the big band for me it's always been Black Sabbath, but I mean, we don't sound anything like Black Sabbath, and I don't want us to sound anything. But
no,
still,
you guys sound like Graveyard. You guys have
it's. I actually started listening to them a little bit right before we left from this tour, so it doesn't happen that regularly anymore. I mean,
and that's okay. Life doesn't go always as planned. Yeah. Speaking of not going as planned, you did mention about when you actually write music, you don't really. It's like to stay repetitive. Like you have your thing that you do in the studio, but it doesn't always sound the same when you guys play it live. When you guys play it live, it's a whole different. Those are two different elements. Yeah. Playing live and playing in the studio. Why is it different for you?
But I mean, playing live is all about the performance and how you perform the song, and it could be anything, you know. For me, it's kind of pointless if it sounds the same as an album. If you go to see a show, oh, this sounds exactly like the album. That for me would be kind of pointless, you know. I can stay at home.
might as well just put like a track in there, just to play the CD and just sit there and see how people react. Just do it that way, right?
It should be something, and it should be something like, you know, for us it's like usually a connection, you know, with how the audience react to how we perform the songs, and then we go from there, you know, see.
So we talked about the audience, we talked about the fans, we talked about the music. What's your favorite part about just touring in general? Since you have been doing that a lot the last 2 years.
And I kind of like the life of being on the road.
Being on the road?
Yeah, it's nice.
Is it a little different than from just, like you said, staying at home? Like.
Yeah, it's a lot different. Yeah, when you come home, you don't really want to do the regular routine when you're home. You know, the dishes and washing the clothes.
Yeah. Do you write your albums at home, or is it just?
No.
Or is home like just a specific place where you make your work and then you guys just go around the entire world and then do it that way? Is it like kind of like a scheduling thing? Like it's like we're gonna go home to do this, and then we're gonna go on the road, or is it just you go home whenever you want to?
But I mean, as it is nowadays with recording an album, it's kind of like necessary evil or whatever you call it. So you can be on the road.
Yeah.
Like, so you can get more shows. So you have to record that album that nobody is gonna listen to almost, you know. Nobody's gonna buy it. So you're working for almost a whole year making a full album that almost nobody hears, just so you could be out on the road and play. It's kind of like that.
You mentioned something about you wanted to make like an acid record, kind of like a psychedelic. Is that still something that you wish to make?
We'll see. I bet people will be furious if you put a lot of synthesizers in there and stuff like that.
But hey, you gotta do the music that you want. You know, you can't please everybody. So, I mean, what you guys are doing, like, it's no. I don't think anybody is doing what you guys are doing, because you guys are staying true to the roots of what you want to play, but still bringing your own sound into Graveyard. Which, I mean, I think with each album you guys have, and I think Peace was like kind of just a summarization of all the albums.
Yeah.
So,
but I mean, I already have the synthesizer period, so I'm kind of fed up.
oh, so you already have it like on the back seat. A curious thing about your sound, that we were talking about it, you guys were never part of that Gothenburg sound. You know
Not really. I mean, we are from different parts of the country in Sweden. Yeah, I mean, I'm from Örebro, and Jonathan is from Vänersborg, and then Turis is from the island, and Oscar is from everywhere. I don't know. So we didn't really have that scene we didn't really play in Gothenburg at the time with that music was really big, and when they did it really, because I mean, at the Gates they stopped playing for a long time.
Yeah. But
on the back, I mean, at that time we kind of met in Gothenburg. So I mean, the Gothenburg sound is what they were doing. We were doing.
You guys had your own sound. You guys had your own thing.
We just happened to be in Gothenburg where we started playing together, I guess.
So since, talking about that sound, have your like aspirations changed or evolved since you first started playing music to who you are now? Like from your first album, what you were listening to, what was happening in your life around then? Has it been like a drastic change to now, your fifth album?
Yeah, of course. I mean, it's a lot older. I mean, I have a kid, and then it's harder to get the whole puzzle working.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's try to get a little time here and there to figure it out.
And you said you have a kid, right? Do you have any other interests, like, besides playing music, that feeds your creativity within the band?
No, I don't really. I mean, I work in my house.
Yeah.
Trying to fix it. It's kind of old house that needs a lot of things done on it.
Maybe you can just write a song about how to fix houses or something like that.
Sitting here.
Yeah. So, out of you guys, I know you have some members in here, but who's the funniest and who's the most serious?
I don't know.
Or am I speaking to that right now?
I bet I think I am the funniest. I bet they don't think the same about me.
I think it only matters what you think. This is your interview, so you just take it however you want to take it. Now, 2 more questions. This is actually one of my favorites. Is there an artist that you haven't worked with that you would love to collaborate with? If you were to collaborate with any artist, what would it be?
For me, it would be PJ Harvey.
Really?
PJ Harvey, yeah.
Well, there you go. We're going to put this out there for a chance for that to happen.
Yeah.
Now, if you weren't a musician, what would you be doing right now?
I don't know. Hopefully not at an industry or something like that. Hopefully sitting.
Would you still be involved, like, in music, though, in some way?
Maybe after a while. Maybe get a little perspective on everything.
Didn't you say you? I think you said after your second album you quit your job and you focused on music.
Yeah.
How has it been since then? Has it been like kind of like just a constant?
It's only music.
Just only music.
Yeah, but actually I had a job at a point a couple of years back that I worked at a synthesizer company called.
You and the synthesizer, man.
Yeah, well, I was repairing their synthesizer for customers. So it's a nice job. I could do that again.
So, either way, you would have been involved in music. So I think,
kind of, yeah.
Yeah, but you want to stick to what you're passionate for. So,
of course,
that's good. So you're wrapping up the last part of the tour.
Mm-hmm. 4 more shows.
What are your plans after that?
I mean, yes, as we're talking about, we're gonna get home, start writing more stuff, and then having little shows here and there.
Are you excited?
Yeah, of course,
yeah,
always.
It's good.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm excited to see you guys.
Yes.
You know, I came here for you guys, and you know, it's been a pleasure. So, Joakim, thanks so much.
Thank you.
You guys go crush it on that tour. Have a great show.
Something to say, but that isn't why.